Hey, let's learn how to loom knit the coastal rib stitch today. This is a 2-row repeat. I haven't tried the end round version yet. I'm not going to promise that I will have it. I will wait and see how it looks when I try it out. So that could or could not be coming soon. I don't know. We'll see. I do highly suggest that you do the pattern as I show you on the edges. There will not be a slip stitch. You can use your own cast on, your own bind off. That's up to you. I used a garter cast on, but I'm not so sure that I like it all that great, but that's, it's up to you, whichever one you want to do. I don't know if this could be reversible or not. Maybe. I don't know. It's very textured on the back, and it looks kind of like a grid, or I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like a grid. But if I was making a scarf, for instance, if it flipped up like this and that was showing part of it, a scarf, it wouldn't bother me. But that would depend on, the individual taste. So you can do a swatch, see what you think, if you think it's reversible or not. The top is textured, but it's smooth, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. But we have these vertical ribs here, and then if you was to turn it to the left sideways, you have this waffle-like, graph-like pattern. So you're kind of getting a 2-in-1. It's kind of like one of those visual things that changes as you move it, kind of thing. And then on the back, it looks similar to the way it looks when you turn it horizontal. So horizontal, right side up. Anyway, it's a very interesting pattern. I think you'll like it. It would be really nice for a lot of things that you want to do flat panel. And it does not curl. As you can see, it don't curl up. It lays flat. So let's get started. Again, this is a 3/8 gauge Cindy wood with a number 3 weight yarn. So instead of using a slip stitch on the end like I normally do when I do a stitch pattern, we're going to go in and we're going to work these two, and we're going to work these two, and that is part of the stitch, as you can see on the ends. It's part of the stitch, the way I intended it to look. Okay, so we're going to take our yarn, and if you watch many of my videos, you're going to be familiar with this one. We're going to wrap around. We're coming from peg 1, wrap around the back side and back around the front. Going to knit those two off. And then we're going to purl that second peg. Just like that. Okay? And put it back on the peg. Then we're going to do the same thing with the next two. And you'll be doing this the width of your project, whatever it is, all the way around. This is their first row. Wrap 2, knit them off, and then purl that second peg. Okay? And this is the last two. This is just for showing you how, and I'm sorry I may be breathing a little hard. I'm having sinus problems, so just ignore it. I'm sorry. Okay, now, alright, that's your first row, row 1. Now when we turn to go back this way, we're going to do the same stitch right here. We're going to wrap twice, but then these few stitches right here are going to be different till I get to the end. And then we're going to knit them off and purl the second peg. Now, that's your border. That's this row right here. That right there is your border. Now we're going to go into these two pegs. I'm just showing you this is what you would do the rest of your row, the same as these two pegs, until you get to the end. So now this one, we're going to purl the single peg Then we're going to go back around and E-wrap and knit that off. Okay? Do that again. Purl. Go back around that same peg and knit it off. And you'll do that, all of your pegs, going in the other direction for row 2, until you get to your last 2 end pegs. Now I'm at my last 2 end pegs. Wrap twice. Knit them. Purl this peg. The second peg. Okay? And then that's your 2 rows. And so when you get ready to go back and do your 3rd row, you'll do just like your 1st row, and you'll wrap twice, knit, and then purl your 2nd peg. And you'll just keep doing that all the way across, even to your end pegs. And then when you turn to go back the other way, you wrap 2, knit them off, purl 2nd peg, then all your pegs until you get to the end. You will purl a single peg, and then turn right back around and E-wrap it and knit that off. And then when you get to your end pegs, you'll wrap 2, purl the 2nd again. Okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer the best of my ability. And as far as I know, you can use any weight of yarn, any gauge of loom with this that you want. It's very easy. It goes pretty fast. I hope you like it. I like it. I think it's a nice texture and a pretty design. And if you hang around to the end of, you've got this far, there'll be a little clip at the end if it works out for me of my dad fishing. Thank you for being with me today. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.